Hey, all my worthy viewers, it's me, JD, your Review Master, and this is Worth of View Movies. And today I'm bringing to you a movie that is directed by Pedro Almodovar, and with me to talk about it is Rob from Robbie's Reviews. Take away, Rob.
Hello, today me and Justin are talking about Pedro Almodovar's Talk to Her This One Best Original Screenplay at the Oscars, but didn't get nominated for Best Foreign Film. This is about two women who are in a coma and two blokes who have to care for them, and they bond over these girls being in a coma. It's not the best Pedro Almodovar film I've seen, so I prefer All About My Mother, Parallel Mothers, and Talk to Her out the ones I've seen so far. No, not Talk to Her, Pain and Glory, that's the one. But yeah, well written screenplay. It didn't really hit me as hard as other people did. I think he has made better. I am willing to explore more of his films, but it's okay. It's okay. I think it's well written, well made. It just didn't really engage me as much as his other movies, but I do think it's well made, and the performances were excellent. And obviously, the one reason I want to see this is because Geraldine Chaplin is in this, Charlie Chaplin's daughter, who I know can also speak Spanish because her ex-husband is Spanish. And I thought she was good, and so would the other cast members. You don't see Penelope Cruz or Antonio Banderas in this film, but it's got a good cast. And I'm going to give it a 4-star rating, purely because filmmaking point of view on it. What are your thoughts on this film, JD?
So that's a WTV. I'm giving it a WT. I mean, agree with you where it doesn't hit on other levels as Pedro Almodovar movies do. But this one's good. I do understand why it won, this best screenplay, original screenplay. It's what he likes to do. Pedro is mix stories together and bring them together and make them one. And he does that here, even starting with the beginning where they're just sitting in an opera watching a play, and yeah, it was so beautiful. And they were actually sitting next to each other. These are the blokes that end up taking care of the ladies in coma. One of the main ladies ends up in a coma because she's a bullfighter, and she's one of the only female bullfighters. And she's supposed to go in and take on 6 bulls, and she ends up just getting through one, and then gets knocked out and into a coma. And the other bloke, as you call him, works at this hospital taking care of another young lady who's in a coma and has been for years now. And they just show the process of what they have to go through, and that's cleaning them and bathing them, and if they're female, they get their periods, and they have to be taken care of there. And so you get to really get an insight on what they have to go through, and it's pretty crazy. But then it dives deeper into more of what this caregiver actually is, and who he is, and how he is. He's kind of a homebody, lives with his mom. He loves watching the girls across the street dance, and that's the reason why he was at the play that day. And yeah, things start to cross over, and then things also get a little weird, a little crazy, because the girl that's in the coma, turns out she's pregnant, but we don't know how or why or when. So, or at least we don't need to say it here on this. You just go out to check this out. Yeah, this was good. I enjoyed it. I just think Pedro's done better in other areas, and maybe the actors, maybe having like certain actors in his movies elevate his movies a little bit more. Where this one was sort of lacking the Penelope Cruz, the Antonio Banderas. I think he found his actors, but these ones were fine. The main guy who plays Benino.
Girls in his movies are called Almodovar girls as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a bit like Warhol girls in Andy Warhol pictures.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I thought the girl characters were in this were fine, and I think they stole the movie for most of it, because one of them had to lay
Alison
there.
mentioned one of the actresses in my episode we did on female directed films.
The main one, Rosario Flores.
No, Lenora.
Oh, Lenora Watling. Yeah.
She was telling me that she's actually knows a lot of languages.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, the guy who played Benino was kind of creepy and weird, but he just kind of had that cadence about him. He was like his haircut and everything. I think everything was particular in this movie, but just didn't hit with me as it should have. Yeah. So what else? Do you have any closing? It's a 7.9 on IMDb. It didn't have much of a box office life. Made 64 million total. And at an hour and 52 minutes, I think this moves pretty smooth. What do you think? 91% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, this is the second highest rated film on Rotten Tomatoes.
Nice. Was
It's
Parallel Mothers
since
number
I
one?
started getting into his movies, this is the one I've always wanted to watch. I'm glad I watched it, but like I said, All About My Mother is still my favorite of his.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
It's really good. You'd love it.
I bet I would. Cool. Any last words about this one?
Yeah, I think it's a well-made film. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Pain and Glory and Parallel Mothers are the exact same on Rotten Tomatoes, 96%. Nice. Yeah, it's definitely good. Worth the $3. I had to rent it. It's not accessible for everybody. But yeah, I definitely think it's worth the $3. Worth seeing a new international film. Worth seeing good writing and Oscar-winning writing. And good to see, what this director can do, because I haven't seen much of his filmography. So, but I did like it. Sounds like you liked it enough. And yeah, we recommend Talk to Her.
Yes, check this one out. It's definitely worth the watch.
All right. And where can people find you, Rob?
You can check me out on Robbie's Reviews. Check me and Justin out on the Fleming Film Show. We just did an episode where we talked about Promising Young Woman, The Last Duel. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yep. Worth a View movies and all the things. Yeah, we will be talking other movies soon. We'll figure out another one to do next month for the channel, but this was a great one. Thanks for the suggestion. Always love doing movies I've never seen before and talking about them and rating them and reviewing them. And always with you, it's always such a pleasure. So yeah, we'll do this again. Until next time.
Until next time. Bye, Justin.
Go see Talk to Her. It's worth a view.
Well, yes, see Talk to Her.